Right, I really hope that this time my internet doesn't actually break. Really hope that. I don't know why is it happening on the Windows 11 machine, and this actually something that is happening, but that is less important. More important, round two, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we are actually returning with our professor, with Professor G here. So he's also gonna be the one who is, let's see here. Right. It says lesson 7, which is going to be scheduled jobs. But before we actually move on to that, um, I'm having something else in here. And that is, of course, I was doing more on the listener stuff. And I wanted to actually check out what else is more possible. I believe that with listeners, you're actually having lots of possibilities. But one of the things was this changelog event that is being actually used, and this is something that is pretty useful when you're checking the logs for your listeners, because you can actually see what was happening. So what, for example, if the priority has changed or something else that has changed. So there's going to be a log about it. So there's not going to be a comment for the logs, but initially in this script, so this part right here, this condition, it's saying, especially this exclamation point, which is basically saying the negation. So it's like, usually if you had something like this, and if it says issue.description by default, that is a true value. But in here, if this is actually something that is false, so what is happening is basically you need to add a comment. Now, this listener is actually happening on two events. So you have issue updated and also the issue assigned. So the change log actually is not going to be working even if you have change field and everything else that is related with this, because you don't have a required event for this, which is something that I wanted to point out. So we have this change log, and what this change log actually does is having this specific part in here. And so what is reading in here, it's saying if the change log even exists. And that is true because we have it defined in this variable right here. So when it actually exists, it checks for the child item, which is actually the next very item that we define with this each loop, and in actually creating a closure where we are saying that when there's a change within a field of the priority, it's gonna say it changed from the old string, so change dot old string to change dot new string. So what we can actually do in here, so first of all, I'm gonna be creating a new issue in here. Data center is still using the old terminologies, so it's not using the same terminologies. That is the really interesting thing, because on the cloud everything is now spaces, work items, stuff like that. In the data center it's like still like being old school, and it's being like focused on that part, which is something that is really really interesting to have in there. Okay, so let's go again with the create. I'm going to say in here live streaming scripts runner. All right, so we are having these things in here. I'm just gonna click on create. I'm having it right here. So what is happening here? First of all, we're noticing the description doesn't actually exist in here. But the thing is, this is actually triggering when there is actually a specific change. But also, if I go here and change, for example, the priority, and I don't have anything yet, so in here it's saying you need to add a comment. So it's reading from this one right here because there's no description being added at all. Now, there was indeed a change in here within the priority itself. So since the priority actually has changed, and if we go back in here, and if we actually go fresh, and we actually take a look, priority change from medium to high. So that part of the listener was indeed locked. So that part was locked. Also, there is this interesting part from here. So we are having this saying like live streaming script runner. So this is our summary in here, and I'm going to say changed. So let's first click this, and I'm going to say changed summary. Now we also had the changed within this listener in here, where this was actually interesting. We created two variables in here, and this part right here, this is an interesting part. This is actually something that is called the Elvis operator. And basically how the Elvis operator works is if everything on the left side is actually existing and basically as a value, that right there is going to be printed out. If it's not, so if it doesn't actually exist as a value in here, it will print this out right here. And also for the new string, if actually this exists, it will go with this value right here. If it's not, it's then gonna go with the summary. And in here, what we actually have written out, of course, is this interpolation on the strings. And before that, first we had this change in the summary itself. So we did have a change in the summary, and since we actually had a change in the summary itself, we actually take a look in here. So we are saying basically it's changed from live streaming script runner to the changed summary, and this is actually something that indeed happens. Yeah, so those are basically the listeners, and they are all about the events that are actually happening. So now we are actually having the scheduled jobs, right? And well, it's like happening every hour, daily at 9, weekly, cron expression, and hours. It is just like in the automation rule when you're having a scheduled trigger in place, where it can basically define the same thing. So if we actually go jobs here and we go for create a job, I can actually create a scheduled job in here. So it's asking us for some things in here. So first of all, it's gonna be the name, which is okay. That is the mandatory. Also, who is going to be the actor of this? Who is going to be the user actor? And this cron expression, where basically we're having some examples in here. So it's like if it's running every 15 minutes, what it's going to say, it's going to be 15. Then run half past midnight every day. So that is basically the cron expression in here. So I don't believe that you should go there and to be someone who is gonna be like, I need to learn these cron expressions in here. No, you can just Google it out and you can basically see what is basically going on. And it's saying run on the first Monday, right? And so it's like at 12 a.m. on the first Monday of the month. So basically you can combine these cron expressions in here. So that is also something that is powerful. Yeah, so we're having that. We're also having user that we can define, which is actually going to be me as well. And in here, we're actually starting with our scripts and we're actually writing our scripts in here. So let's go back to our teacher G here. So there were some real world uses in here. So to detect stale tickets, no activity for 7 days, issue not responding in 30 minutes, being assignee after 24 hours, fix missing fields, and generate daily statistics. So that's actually pretty interesting. And there was something like saying if there were no comments within the 15 minutes. So it's saying that basically this is a classic monitoring job. So it goes through everything, but before that you also need to have a well-defined JQL in here. So when you actually have a well-defined JQL, things are basically starting to happen, right? So this is like when it was created last day, right? So those are the projects, and basically it loops through everything in here. So, and then this is something that is basically doing. So you also have the current time in here that you can actually define. So that is actually interesting. Before that, we can always check our console in here. And since we're actually inside our console, we have this system current time millis, which is the current time in here. So it's system dot current time millis. So this is something that we're having. And if I try to actually log this out to the console, so it's gonna be system and it's gonna be what was it, time, current time, right? So if I actually go here and run this, I'm getting these weird basically numbers and everything else because this is more going for millis. All right, so returns the current time in milliseconds. All right, that is so wrong to actually have, right? So it would be more appropriate if we actually use something like date, like it's recommending us to do. So you go like date, and if you go something like now, no, I don't have UTC. No. Yeah, basically, I don't have anything. At least I don't know something like this. So there is issue.created_time, where basically is having the issue create time. So we go here and we go with issues, and if I go issues and say get by key, and in here I'm defining 10, and it's gonna have log.warn. It's gonna be issues dot time spent created. So it's time. Okay. And now it's basically giving me the same stuff. And why is it giving me the same stuff? It shouldn't be. And it's still saying in the milliseconds. So can I just have this in a different format? Possibly I can. But this is something that is giving me. So issue.created_time. And now what it's basically doing is the age in minutes that is giving me, and we also need to know how old the issue is. Convert milliseconds to minutes. Right, so it's basically going to be more than this. So if we are actually doing it like this, and we are also, so there is a subtraction, this one. Now we're having a bit of math. Okay, that's wonderful. I'm sorry, but I never liked math. There are people out there who like math. I really don't. I'm like running away from it. I always did. So yeah, that was it. So in here, what is it basically doing is converting this milliseconds to minutes. I guess that you have to do this every single time, because it's either created time. So when you go for system, saying current time seconds, so it's actually the current time in the millisecond, current time in the seconds themselves. So I'm wondering what will happen now. Well, not much. So not much did happen. Okay. Let's do the exact thing in here that was set. So we are actually missing some stuff. So yeah, indeed we are. Milliseconds and everything else and stuff like that. Issues that time, so here, not issue. Go away. Go away. Now what's going on? So issues that time, so no, doesn't work. So this needs to be different. This needs to be different. It's going to be of issue that equals all of this stuff. Now we don't actually have what we're looking for. It's like looping through everything. Okay. Choose and oh, I see what is it doing. Okay. Okay, whatever. So issues, and we're gonna be issue search. It's gonna be project equals to p, like that. And based on that, it actually needs to for each loop. Yeah. So that is going to be issues.each. And from there, we're having issue. From there, we're having query issue found, run the code inside this block, inside this loop, inspect closure. But before that, we also need to know this. So it's giving us this code right here. So what I'm actually finding out in here that within the closures themselves, you can actually define new variables. That is something if we can say that this is like discovery or something, where we're having each minutes and everything else. So that is okay. So results example, and it's saying, okay, now check for the comments. So yeah, so that is basically what I'm doing. Issue.comments is empty, combine conditions and everything else. Log the results, and this is the full script. This is how it actually is being done. So age minutes and 15. Everything else, issue has no comments after 15 minutes. Okay. But why this is being done like this? You're actually doing this at job. What happens when this job runs? Okay. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to jobs here. Custom scheduled. And in here, and I'm saying run this every 15 minutes. And I'm selecting myself. Comment check. And this is what am I having? So first of all, this is the name of the project, and it's not logger. It's log.war. Okay, so and this is the age of minutes. So and this is how you're actually converting milliseconds and when there was a issue created time. Also, that issue created time is also in milliseconds, which is actually something that is to be that we need to be actually aware of. And of course, if age of minutes is longer than 15, and so this reads and issue.comments is empty, so this as empty, or you can also add double quotations and you can say null, log warn, and you can actually say doesn't have comments after 15 minutes. So if you go for this one, comment test, for example, I'm not gonna be putting any of the comments in here, so it is what it is, and this is what we actually have. So right now I can say ads, and it's going to say the next run is going to be in 15 minutes, because it's saying that basically this is a custom job, and so that is okay. that part is actually fine. But then if we are looking at the script here, and the question is it even going to be necessary? So if we actually say run now, and it was saying no failures in the last two executions, and it's saying in here, and it's logging it, it's no comments after. So it does work. But then again, it's gonna have a next run in 14 minutes. So basically that is happening. And it's saying scripts will log the same issue every time the job runs. In real systems, we usually improve this. Okay, so, and there's this assignee and with the display. How to prevent job from logging. Okay. So let's go with that. Oh, hey. Hey, Bandfist, what's up? Hope you're doing fine. Hope you're doing fine, brother. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of stuff in DC and everything else. I was doing this discovery of the DC. I was just, curious. I don't know, something actually struck my head. And when I actually saw in the details, go to your project settings in here. And when you go to the project settings and when you go to details, have this option, change this to software. So from business to software and vice versa. And this is something you don't have on the cloud. And I was like, whoa, why is this not on the cloud? Why this doesn't exist on the cloud? It was something that was really really powerful. But yeah, at least we have this job in here, and it's kind of weird to me that basically you have this current time being shown in the milliseconds, and also that happens for this part in here where it says the issue created time also in the milliseconds, and then you have to do this equations and everything else. So that was kind of a weird for me. Yeah, that's it. So what was saying our teacher G. So it's saying we need to prevent the category only set the initial issue type of. Not sure what you mean by that. Oh, you mean like the project category or something like that of this specific project? Maybe that was it. Maybe that was it. Of course, correct me if that is not it. Yeah. So what we're having in here, let's go back. So in here, yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was really insane to actually have something like that, and it wasn't saying to you, hey, I mean, it does say something like in back, saying, oh, you can actually change it. When you're changing it, that basically you're getting some stuff that are going to be different. If you change the project type, you also change what users can do and can see and do with the project. Yeah. Oh, not to mention this part right here, preferences, issue order, and everything else. Mind blown. Especially when I set it up by the key. And when I did this, the board was so clean. Board was so clean with um with the issues. They were basically like you could see it from top to bottom, basically. And not like on the cloud, everything is everywhere. Issue keys are everywhere. Everything is scattered everywhere. So it's gonna be a sad day when the data center actually goes away. Um, yeah. So let's move on here. So it's saying to prevent the repeated logging in here. So basically we're having the same stuff in here. If the job runs every minute, what is it saying? Then what's an issue passes 15 minutes with no comments, it will logging this stuff. Yeah, that could be an issue, right? It is actually accurate with that one. So you're either narrowing the time here, where you're saying that basically if age of the minutes is like more than 15 and then uh, and less than 16 and the issue comments is empty, it has no comments after 15 minutes, and everything else, the whole other script is actually staying the same. So everything else is staying the same. So I'm thinking now, this part right here, this part right here. So if something is bigger than 15 and less than 16, what number that is going to be? How this logic makes sense. How does it make sense? Yeah, this part is fine. This is good. Yeah. What goes away first? DC or Atlassian? We're good until 2032 with C. We'll be moving to another non-cloud tool before then. Sorry to mess with your chat. Love your thought process. No, you're not messing my chat, man. It's fine. Don't worry about that. This chat is basically like, you know, open-minded. You can basically write about everything. Even though it's like about, you know, teaching the script runner and everything else, it's totally fine if you actually jump to another topic. Some people don't like to do that, but I do, and I'm open to actually talk about those things. Uh, yeah. Yeah. To which non-cloud tool you're gonna move? I'm actually curious. I never researched more options for it, so I really hope it's actually a good solution there. And what case away first, DC or Atlassian? That's a pretty good question. I'm sure you were also aware of this of this layoff of 1,600 people, saying that the Atlassian CEO saying that basically there going to be a need of different skill sets. Now I'm wondering, what kind of a different skill set do you actually need from the guy who is a principal engineer that was in the company for the last 15 years or something like that? I'm curious about that. What kind of different skill set that is going to be? Of course, opinions can actually be different from there. It's okay to agree to disagree. Um, so that is something that we should all embrace. Ah, it's Azure or the AWS approved server install. Yeah. Are you mean like Azure DevOps or something like that? I heard that there is also a solution for that. It was called Azure DevOps. Um, I think I tried using it, but it was so confusing to me. So I got lost pretty quickly. Alright, so let's go back here. So this means so it's saying, alright, so this is saying older than 15 minutes, but not yet 60 minutes old. Alright. Only log the issue in the minute right after crosses 15 minutes. So basically, what is it saying in here is age minutes is less than 16, and in here you also have the and in here, right? So that is how it basically runs. It's interesting. So no logs were actually in there. And there, so we had 39, and after the 40, oh, it was right. It was right because it did log this after 1 minute. Okay. Honestly, I didn't actually thought about it. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Um, that's correct. Once per minute. Yeah, basically that was actually saying even though there's this cron expression of 15 minutes, but this is what the teacher G told me that that for this, but this part then this part is not really something that makes kind of a sense to me to actually have this if you're already having this. But what was saying, it was uh, running this every 1 minute, which is something that it did, and I checked and I checked the logs, and it was right. It was running for was running every single minute. Okay, so that was interesting, and especially this part right here. So I can now see how it can actually get uh, how it can get interesting in here. And there's more to it. So now it's actually adding the assignee in here. So first of all, what we're having is this display name in here. And basically it's again this Elvis operator and saying if in here you have the display name of the assignee, it's gonna be assigned. If not, then it's going to be unassigned. And it's just adding it's just adding the assignee here. So this is also going to go for 15 minutes. And since it's going to go for 15 minutes, not 1 minute, so it's also gonna check if there is actually an assignee, or there is also going to be an unassigned. Right, so it's this part right here. Okay, let me just go here. Yeah, every day it's kind of difficult. It's not the same. So in here, we're having the assignee. After this, it's gonna say assignee name. Yeah, so that is something that having within the script itself. Okay. I wanna ask it about this. Why we're actually having a question marking. So what means? So I'm gonna ask it. Most important Groovy operators. So the key part is this one. So a new term being learned, which is the safe navigation operator. So we had this Elvis operator, which is this one right here. That is the Elvis operator. And in here, this is a safe navigation operator. I'm curious what this actually means. So it says, try to access this properly, but if the object is null, not crash. So basically it means it could actually crash. All right, so I wanna see it. I wanna see what is it going to do. What way it will actually crash. All right now. We're having it in here. Oh, okay. This is what it means. So that's why, okay. So that's why this part, whoops. This part was added. Now I understand. What does it say on the logs? Comment check failed, and it's saying it cannot be null. We're running now. Whoa, look at that. Everything is good. And when we actually go back, two of the executions have failed, so one of those did because it was null. But in here, nothing happened, but also we didn't have payload. Alright. See what happened. VM, it's created. Yeah. No comments after 15 minutes, which is actually this one. And we're also having the unassigned in here. There we go. So it's actually here. But I'm going to assign this to myself right to add it, because I'm having that listener that is also there, and that listener is working in the background. So it's actually still working around, which is something interesting. And if I something went wrong. Display name. What? But I already were commenting on this. Jeez. Update. And edit. So we have this, we have this. Run now. We go back. Check for logs. No logs. Returned. Wow, Professor G, are you missing something in here? So, assignee name. Display name. Okay, so the good thing I asked what is, and everything is correct. So this crashes in terms of, it doesn't crash the script runner, it crashes the script. We're basically saying that that part is null. And basically null is not having a value, but it still is taking the space in the memory itself. So that's the thing. Okay. Issue assignee, display name, and everything else. So if you write this and it's saying null pointer exception, and it says your script fails, and it indeed it did fail. All right, so it's often together used with Elvis. All right, so to get it safely, right? Okay. Real script runner example and everything else. So yeah. Oh well, let's see. So there you go, it's null, and this doesn't have any kind of a value. Answer should be one word. Well, actually, if you're having this, it has to be null. Answer should be one word. No. There you go. Yeah, it's null. There you go. That's good. Okay, let us continue. Possible outputs are two options only. So it's actually getting this one. It's basically saying what is the name of the resolution itself. So either it's going to be unresolved, or is going to be the name of the resolution itself based on this Elvis operator in here. Okay. Please continue with the lesson. Oh yeah, one thing that it didn't do was this. So with the assignee, display the name. And the assignee, we also have the name. and you actually go with run now, and you go back, no logs for this one. Now look at this, there is no payload at all. What was that? Alright. Let's go back. Run again. No logs. Okay, so no logs and payloads. Logs and payload. Nothing is showing. We added assignee. Before assignee was there, everything was fine. Everything is okay. Yeah, so that is something that is actually you need to watch out for. Alright, so no, not that one. This code. So I started to lag. Of course, when you start to overload the chat GPT, it magically starts to lag with some of the things. First, your time window is extremely narrow. Really? I didn't know. No, this is not correct. Okay, and what is it saying right now? Okay. Okay. And the display name. And this is this safe operator. That it's not going to run the script with the null object. Okay, that is understandable. So what? It's log or not logger. Right, so we have these things here. And so we're having this. Okay. No logs were found. So it seems that our teacher is actually missing some points in here. Issues found, issue size, and everything else. Oh, then it goes, of course. Comment size and everything else. So, yeah. Right, were there any of the issues found? Oh, wait. Wait. No, this is not the same. It's not the same script. This is job that is happening. And the comments is empty. Now I understand. Okay. I was dumb there. No comments. Create. That was so... That was so dumb. There you go, at least you have something. There's no payload, but at least it has something. But now if I change this... Oh no. Oh, my ScriptRunner. Let's go to jobs again. Yeah, I have to disable this one. I want to go back here. And I want to... Here. And that was PM 12. And nothing was happening here. Run now. No logs were found. Okay. Edit. So there's the assignee and everything else, and has no comments. Basically, it's empty. But this here is the... that is the thing. Right, so assign that to me. Run. Okay. No more. Alright, cool. Alright, so after 15 minutes and everything, so I was still looking. Oh, there we go. There we go. It went on. So the first one was actually correct. Okay. I'm gonna say continue with the lesson, please. Let me just sit. Okay. All right. Also somewhere here. I think it's Uh, okay. Using the trackpad can actually be really painful. You don't want to be using the trackpad for that. Okay. Scripted fields. Is there something more for the jobs, actually? Do you have more pointers for jobs? Or ScriptRunner scheduled jobs? Yes. They're on the surface, but there are several habits separate beginner scripts from production safe scripts. Always restrict your JQL scope. Okay. So then there in saying where basically you're having. Okay. Always add the logging on the start. Okay. It started on new date. Okay, so we're having dates. So that is dates. So if you're saying issue, saying date, saying date. Okay, date dot get date. Log dot warn date get date. Getting that 14. Let's get date dot compare hash value and everything else. Resolve date dot wait date dot. Oh, it's not showing me anything now. Warn date dot get year. So there's get year. Why is it saying 126? Was this scheduled job started at new date? Where is that? So the question is, what is the value of new date? Good question, of course. So, the expression new date creates a Java date object representing the current time. So, it may look something like that. So, what it returns? It returns the Java object. So, basically, does that mean when I go here and when I type in new date, what happens with that? Oh, this is what happens. Okay. That's actually pretty fun. Alright, so get date, 8 hours. There we go. Oh. Well, that's pretty interesting. So if we're having something like def and we are having hours and we're saying new date in here, right? And for that, so there is dot get hours, and in here, can I get minutes? New date. I mean, you're supposed to get minutes. There we go. And what I can do is log warn, and I say current time is. So for example, it's gonna be hours, and in here, it's gonna be minutes. All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that was actually done with the dates as well. So this is more on Java focused, of course, Groovy focused. Remember, folks, we are not only doing the ScriptRunner stuff, we are also doing the Groovy stuff, and these were actually the dates that we're working with. Okay, that was interesting with the dates so far, because it printed this out right here when you get hours and get minutes and everything else. And if you go with a new date, basically prints out the whole date. Yeah. Okay. Continue with the lesson, please. All right. Logging and time calculations. Is there something that you wanted to emphasize on? So we did listeners and scheduled jobs. So it's not like we're jumping from one thing to the another thing just like that. Okay? Because the more stuff we actually ask and more stuff that we're giving the answer to, for example, that safety operator, that you get basically you get the value even though that there is a null pointer exception, because the null pointer exception actually exists out there. And this is something that we could see for the assignee, for example. And based on that, so those two, so we had that safety operator that was actually interconnected with this Elvis operator. And the difference is this safe operator with the question mark and the dot, and this Elvis operator was with the question mark and two dots, basically. So we are having the left side and you're actually having the right side. All right, so always think about the triggers. What triggers this automation? Listener, the Jira event, scheduled job, the time schedule. Okay. Never react to every update. A listener that runs on the update can fire for priority change. The priority change that we actually had in the change log itself. So when there was the change log, but the thing is, in order to have that change log being efficient, you need to have that issue updated event. Otherwise, it doesn't work at all, and it won't work. That's the thing. So what else? we have. So issue, add comment, that basically it changed. And from here, what happened? The priority change. Prevent the infinite loops. All right. So if there is an update, a priority that is not high, issue update, set priority to high. So if it's not high, issue update, set priority to high. But what happened if we had the issue each followed by the closure of this issue right here, because the issue was pointing from the closure itself, and then it was saying, but basically, if the issue, the priority is not high, then update and set the priority to be high. So basically, it would mean that that all of the possible issues out there that are not having the priority of high will have it. So log what your script is doing. Restrict scheduled job searches. Okay. All right. Okay. So now it's saying if, so this is translated if so if none of the comments in here contain the reminder, add the comment of the reminder. So it doesn't add anything in there. So I also wanna know what this part actually means. So what means? Good question. This is something you'll use a lot in a script where going for comments or text. A comment body contains reminder. Let's break it down. So you have the offer, created, and also the body. Okay. So the created is basically the date and the time when this was done. You also have who actually have created and the text of it. So the text of the comment, that's it. So it's saying comment the body, and it's saying, okay, what contains does. It checks whatever piece of text exists in here. So if this piece of text exists, like it was here in this script right here, wait, where was it? I think it was somewhere. Yeah, this part. So any of the comments and the body of the text is reminder. But this right here, this is the negation. So this would mean basically if it doesn't contain any of this. So this is also being looked as false. So there is a lot of stuff. So, and it's now saying to use the right tool. So react to a field change, that is a listener. Prevent invalid transition, that is the validator. Modify issue during the transition, post function. UI field behavior, where you basically have the behavior, and time-based checks, and they're basically the scheduled jobs. Now, of course, there are actually some other parts in here, of course, that I still need a way to actually get to there, where basically you have fields. You also have UI fragments. You also have REST endpoints and so much more. So yeah, that is something to be actually having in mind. Okay. Let's see if we can actually continue with the lesson, please. All right. Great. Let's don't skip lessons, please. If you skipped a lesson, please return to it. There we go. Good catch. Let me clarify that we're actually staying in order. All right. Script field, schedule jobs. So, no. Oh, wait. We didn't do scripted fields nor workflow post functions. We didn't do that. Good discipline. There we go. We introduced those topics but didn't actually teach them. So we'll go back and do them in the order. Alright. So please stick to the curriculum and order of the lessons. Yeah. Alright. So, behaviors. We didn't do behaviors. Reading, fields, searching, updating, listeners, behaviors, listeners and scheduled jobs, yes. Right, so behaviors. It's actually right here. So you're creating a behavior when you need to do the mapping to control which object or issue types a behavior applies to. Alright, so this is happening while the user is editing the form. So this is something that is happening within it, right? So it's like if someone clicks on that ScriptRunner DC or or um or server DC or cloud, something needs to appear, either a new field or something like that needs to be I got behaviors and scripted fields yeah, I can tell that. I just need to discipline this this AI because it wanted to actually skip some stuff. So listeners, it did. It scheduled jobs as well, but behaviors not. And there was actually so a lot of things um for behaviors to be actually be talking about, especially what I saw that my colleague did was creating this dynamic form in the data center for the software project, um, based on the based on the selected based on the selected option. Yeah, sure. In the JSM, at least on the cloud, this actually can be done efficiency and everything. But we're talking about the data center. It's it's like really different. All right, so we have the behaviors in. So they can show fields, hide fields, make them required, make them optional, set field values automatically, and validate the form input. Really powerful stuff here. So it's saying issue type is bug, show severity field if you actually select it, right? But then again, it's like having a screen, you know, having a create screen in there, and for the bug to actually have its own create screen, because you can of course do that at create screen, view screen, and the edit screen. This can actually be done like that, but this actually gets translated into code. But this could actually get more powerful from there. So this is where it basically goes. You then attach the behavior to a project, issue types. So in behaviors, you don't use the event.issue. The main function that is used is get field by the name. So you interact with form fields. So it's actually something like this. In here, you have mappings in here, right? So I have this, and from here, let's see, I have add mapping, right? And from here, we're having some interesting stuff. All right. So you have initializer, you have oh, I think we did this already. Wait. Okay. Maybe I got it confused with. So what is it doing is get priority field, get field by the name of the priority. So if it's like this, make it the root cause. So it's like you're creating the script right here. Guide workflow, no, nothing that much. So you have the task and you also have the story, right? Ah, and right, get priority fields. Get field by the name. So priority fields. Get fields by the name. Priority. There you go. It's already selected. Actually pretty nice when you have that in IntelliSense that you can basically use. Yeah, it's a really powerful feature out there. Oh boy, it's actually really. Let me just check LinkedIn really quick. Okay. Get the priority field and get field by the priority. And so what can actually happen is if priority fields, so if priority field dot um name, oh no, I can I do ooh, hey, oh, I can do stuff, log, custom manager changed, show tab, hey, west, hey, so pause. Ah, it's going with dot value. Yeah, yeah, no worries. It's all good. I'm still, learning this from the scratch, so I really appreciated your time. Really, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I'll see you. Enjoy. All right, so if the priority field, so now it's about actually I, so I want to do some stuff here, right? What I can actually do here, root cause field, ah, field by the, hmm, can I do it like this? Custom fields, get fields name. That's it. No. Hmm. Custom set hidden. Set required true or set required false. That's hidden true. That yes, I can definitely can. So it's based on that. Oh, this is actually getting pretty interesting. Okay. All right. So priority, script runner, everything else. There's some. Right. So here, no matches. What going on? Summary. Subtask 1. that. Oh. So it's highest. Set hidden true. Add field. Wait. Wait. Was it supposed to be here? I think it was. Okay. It's not hidden. It's there. I can still use it. So, priority field, custom field set hidden is true. But wait, make the field required. Alright, so root cause field and everything else. And if we say set required, say this to true, right? So if the value is low, it needs to be like this. Yeah, so this part doesn't seem like enter the script to execute. Configure the script conditions for this field. Alright. Basically, no. Doesn't make sense, so this one. Create a script. And go with this one. And there's no initializer, we don't care about that. No conditions, no anything else. Okay. And I'm gonna say, oh wait. Alright, so it's this one. I don't get it. It's not making any changes at all. Go with this one. I'm gonna figure this out. And this has been done already. first. Value is low. Root cause set required and set required false. Not high. Or if low. Okay. Oh wait. Yeah, can I this? Probably not. I want to check. But it didn't. So do I do this in the initializer, or I need to specify? Ah, logic that runs when the form loads. And this logic starts when the specific field changes. So example situation where you use it is set default values, hide fields when the screen opens, apply rules immediately. So when you have the initializer, right? And there is of this value, and it's saying that basically I wanna hide this. So I wanna hide this, right? All right, so test 7, but in here, no, here it doesn't actually hide it. So maybe I'm missing something. All right, so Oh, wow. Oh, it's getting laggy. So, I want to use this visor to hide the custom field on the create screen. Let's see what I'm missing here. Probably I'm missing some stuff. Initializer is in the correct place. Field value compression. Sometimes priority field may return the priority object. Okay, so it's saying this. Priority field dot value. Dot value. So even in here, the string. It's the safe operator. Well. So now. No. It starts hidden. I'm still trying to see what's going on. If is this one and the value to string and actually equals to low, then it's like that. So low. It's still there. Still there. Still showing. Hmm. It is still showing when change it. Oh. So it's still there. It's weird. That's actually still there. See, I have it like this. The initializer happens basically automatically, and for the field, it's based on changes of the field itself. Based on that, the certain behaviors are actually happening. Okay. You put it only in the initializer. Okay. What do you need? Initializer field script on priority for when the priority changes. So you're putting this in the initializer. Okay. We're listening to it. So put this in the priority field behavior. Okay. So we are having now this happening for both. Click on add. We click on create the script. It's here. Now, this is the same. This is the same. But we'll see how it will behave. Okay. So this, and it's actually focused 40. Low. Nope. Still here. See it. Not hidden. So something is not being done correctly. If it's low, custom field set hidden, true, which is totally fine. I did both. And it is still showing on the create screen. Same thing happening. So this is, there's set hidden, there's set required, and things like that. And in order for those to be there, it's actually gonna be true or false. So those two Boolean values. So that's the thing to actually have distinguish between those two. Okay. First, use stronger version of the script. So this is the logger. Okay. Prove this in both. Second, the most common real issue for priority often does not behave as plain low string in behavior. Sometimes you need to display form value instead of relying on the raw objects. Okay. Try this version. This is okay. This is alright. Oh, we're having, yeah, now we also have the to log this, right? Again. Again. Seems like oh geez, this is so wait, has not run yet. Why? What do you mean it hasn't run yet? Inbox. Oh. Okay. Optional, writable, shown, click to make hidden. Behaviors. This is happening on the priority field. Still same. It needs to be hidden and choose priority of low. Then stop tweaking the condition for a moment. One here is true. The field name is wrong. The field name is wrong. Okay. So field name is not wrong. This is a correct field. Then right here as well. Field is not wrong. Field is definitely correct. So that is not the issue here. It's not bound to the correct project. Yes, it is. Put this in the initializer only. Now open the create screen. Alright, let's listen to it. Let's listen to it. Let's go. Let's listen to it. Hey, it's hidden. So then it's from here. Alright. And then also you have it for priority. And you're creating a script with a priority field or the priority value. But you're showing me and doing the same stuff. And it's probably the field name. No. Problem is not the field name. We saw that. So it seems that GPT is starting to hallucinate a bit. Alright. Now, there we go. Oh, hey. The condition. You mean this one? Or this one? because I'm trying to figure out which one is missing. Because I need to set this to low. And I'm setting this to low, but still this field is showing. And it's still showing. And it's not supposed to be like that. So priority, this is fine, and this is fine. Priority value, okay, I understand. Using this protector safe safe navigation, however is it called, and then it's going to string, and then it's taking it, it's saying, okay, this needs to be hidden, but wait, if we're having the condition that you're actually saying is if, and we're having priority value equals to O, then custom field set hidden needs to be true. This is how am I seeing it. Now I want to test it out without changing the priority first. So is this? No. Still here. Okay. Now this part. So I'm gonna be taking this part right here. I'm taking this part right here. Priority value and stuff like that. Putting this to low. It is still showing for some weird reason. It's still there. And I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, it's almost gonna be 2 hours of this stream. If the priority is low, so this custom field, right? So this needs to be gone. Okay, but watch what happens. So watch what happens if I go here. So if I delete this field, for example, and if I go and say, if I say custom fields, right? And I say here get fields by name, and get field by the name of ScriptRunner. Watch what happens. So it was I say custom field dot set hidden, and I say for this to be true. Now watch what happens. If I go and create, it's gone. So it's not there anymore. So what I'm thinking is either the priority is not defined correctly, so it's not pulling out the stuff correctly, right? So let me do it like this. I'm gonna create a new label. So I'm gonna be having a label, and I'm going to pull this from the label. Okay. And I'm going to say that label field, and I'd say get field by the name. It's gonna tell me labels. Okay. And from there, I'm gonna say if label field dot value equals to hello. Now what I want to do here is custom field and then set hidden true. Now I want to see how is it going to reflect, because when it was reflecting without the priority, it worked. So setting the behavior itself was not the problem. It's because initial script is held once, but each time that value is changed. It was saying that basically initializer is there for basically most of the things. Like when you're creating something, where was it? Initializer. So when the screen opens, initializer runs, initializer doesn't run again. So initializer for the page load. So when the page is loading, so when you have that screen being there, you know, when you activate the screen. So if I save the change right here, but also, so if I go create, and if I say now labels, and I put the label of hello, it's there. So the logic is not correct then. So the logic is not correct then. That's the thing. Now, I can do some stuff in here. So, for example, get field by the name of labels. And if I can't do something like label field dot each, for example, and for there to go for L and say like log warn and basically say something like this. No, it doesn't work. Because I wanted to actually fetch all the possible values in there. Log warn, it's label field dot value. Now, I don't think it's supposed to work, but that is this initializer thing or whatever. So I have some stuff in here, right? So I create and go I go to check on this? I don't get anything. I get no, 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 empty. So all of the stuff. So this logic right here is not correct. Okay. Interesting. So there must be a change here then. Yeah. So there must be a change here because I wanna do another thing. So for example, labels, script, and this is what I got. So get this, and I'm saying if the label field, that value equals to hello, and what I can actually do from here is custom field set hidden to actually be true. And this is gonna be reacting labels change. So in here, so I already have. So somewhere I do have this field, somewhere I don't have this field. It's really weird. For this, where is it? Script run. Update. Okay. Admin. Where's my fields? Oh, where is my? It's not present. Does not have the value of the explained the view. It should be set for that field to show it up. Ah, of course. It needs to be on the view screen. What? I'm sorry, you were saying? Ah, it's now added. Cool. Alright. Labels. Right, so from here, I wanna add a label of hello. Oh! Wait. Ah! Wait. Now, see what I did there? So, I had these two, and it was none. Now from here, and it's still saying. Ah, well, it doesn't actually work in that specific way, does it? And this side is saying it didn't run at all. Hmm. I need to add also this. And to do it again. I don't care about the labels. Right, so Hello. What? Seems I got it. See, from here it's gone. Gone from that. It was gone from there. But it actually shows still on this screen. But let's see what happens here. So if I go to labels, I can see the script runner here. Right? And if I go for labels and go for hello, it vanished. It's not there anymore. But now it completely vanished. Whatever I do. So it detects that first hello, and when it's triggered, it's gone. So partially it did work. Label field value. Basically, I don't think so. It should be an array. I mean, if you're actually looking at it, the field itself that is taking the name of it, wait. Can I do something like dog.warn and to be like type of, oh wait, what is it? Type. Now that's for Python. Check check the type of that specific field. You mean add else for if clause and show script runner field. Um, Get class. So that is it. That's the one. Yeah, I believe that's one. I mean, of course, I won't be getting anything in here, which is something that I'm not aiming actually. What the hell, I will even as no failures. Form field. So the form field. That's it. So it's the form field. This is interesting now. How it will actually go for the form field. Interesting indeed. Form field. I'm actually I'm now thinking how to actually get that. and show the ScriptRunner fields. Okay. Oh, you mean like if and label field dot value that equals 2. I'm also thinking if this is like case sensitive or not. So if I say something like if this is low, and I'm saying, and it's gonna be like custom field dot set hidden true, and also else custom field set hidden false. Yeah. Yeah, these two. Okay. Let's see. But from the form field, how do you actually get the value? No. Still there. But wait. Oh god, no. Half was a mistake. Alright, so from there, it's gone. And when you update it, it's still actually being there on the screen itself. But when you're actually doing it from here, and when you select hello, it's gone. Right, so from here, it doesn't do anything because it's not the initializer, but I want this to actually be the initializer. So I want it from there as well. So subtask, and I say low. Oh, wait. No. Yeah. There we go. It worked. So that was it. So the problem was actually in defining the priority itself. Okay. Okay. That's pretty interesting out there. And it's back. Ah, there works. Nice. Yeah, thanks for the encouragement, by the way. I'm thinking to actually post this on my. I don't know what do you think? Because I have this this new repository that I have. Sorry, man. But I had to figure it out eventually. I was putting some stuff in here I was learning. And what is your opinion on this? Should I keep putting stuff on Poe so I can be like showing this to the potential employers and saying to them, hey, these are some of the scripts that I have worked, and this is something that is shown in the real world or something, just to be like, hey, I'm knowledgeable about this. Not like the master of it, of course, but it's like, hey, to be knowledgeable. That's it, basically. Yeah, just doing that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, yeah. Thanks. I was really actually planning to do that because you already know there are like a lot of those job posts out there. Um, they're saying script runner, script runner, script runner, script runner, script runner. They keep running about script runner, stuff like that. Like, so Jira admin is not just about the stuff, it's also knowing scripting stuff, APIs, databases, and so almost we are like developers, almost, because we are doing all of that kind of stuff. But but yeah, at least this was actually this was nice. All right, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be ending it here. 2 hours. Wow, that's that's a lot. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll call it for the night. And basically that's it. That's it, folks. And yeah, I'll see you maybe even tomorrow to continue with RipRunner stuff. Yeah.